Welcome back, everybody, to the Fruit of Grisaia, where last time we had a full, Machina episode.
Machina episode.
Yeah, we got to know her really well, actually.
She's interesting. I like her character a lot so far, but she's definitely very quirky.
Yeah.
Very different from the other characters, but I'm looking forward to getting to know. I hope we have the opportunity to get to know each of the characters in those similar kind of episodes, because we had that one with Amane in the second episode, and now Machina in the third. We'll find out.
Yeah.
In the time-honored traditions of America, bright red cars are called pony cars because of their reputation as playthings for schoolboys, while yellow models are jackass cars because only morons drive them. I've never heard that before. But okay.
In my head, for some reason, that entire thing was in stereotypical Kennedy voice. In the time-honored traditions of America.
Bright red cars are called pony cars because of their reputation as playthings for schoolboys,
while yellow models are jackass cars because only morons drive them.
Doing
my Kennedy is more like Clone High Kennedy.
I was about to say.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
A certain German woman I know, whether aware of that or not, deliberately drives a particularly flashy yellow vehicle around. Okay. Apparently she very much enjoys the compliments she gets from colleagues at work, usually some variation of, "It really suits you." In other words, a stupid car like that is just about right for a dumb blonde. But she hasn't caught on to the fact that she's being mocked, and I've tactfully decided not to inform her either. Just like with women who get flattered when someone tells them, "Your dress does wonders for your figure," it's pretty tough to let her know after the fact that she's not really being complimented. I don't know, that could be a compliment. It depends on how it's delivered.
Same way with the other one, though.
Yeah, it's true. Delivery it's really the more critical thing in that whole statement. But sometimes things like this can come back to bite you when you least expect it. Sometimes literally.
Yuuji-kun.
Okay, that wasn't as good of a segue as I was hoping for, but maybe next time.
なんかあそこにいる外人の女の人、こっち見て手を振ってるんだけど、知り合い？
Don't know her. I don't have any bimbos among my acquaintances anymore.
I'm assuming that's the German woman.
いや、でもなんかめっちゃあんたに向かって手振ってるんだけど。
So this is our Asuka. Good to know.
I told you, I don't know her. Probably selling Girl Scout cookies.
Wait, is that a thing over there?
No. I don't know, actually.
That's pretty funny. That feels very much like a translation joke.
Yeah. Either way, better not get too close. Let's get out of here.
Howdy, Yuuji.
Howdy.
ねえ、思いっきりユージって呼んでるよ。
Coincidence. What is that woman thinking?
誰なの？
I'll explain later. Sorry, but go on ahead.
何？やっぱ知り合いなの？まさか借金取りとかじゃないよね。
What made you think that, first of all?
She's my guardian, or rather my guarantor.
大丈夫なの？
Good question.
It's fine. Hurry up and take Machina back. I'll be right behind you. I'm just gonna go say a quick hello.
Why do you look so concerned? Apparently not enjoying the way I'm shooing her off with my hand like a stray dog, Amane walks away with a sulky expression, shooting repeated glances over her shoulder. After watching Amane and Machina disappear past the school gate, I screw up an irritated expression, scratched my head vigorously, and approached the blinding yellow bimbo-mobile. Wow.
Look, woman.
やあ、学生生活を楽しんでいるかい？
I was until you got here.
Yeah, more or less. You enjoying pretending to be my guardian?
嫌な物言いをするのね。あなたのそういうところ、朝子にそっくりよ。
What did you come here for?
何しに来たはないでしょ。私、一応あなたの保護者なんだよ。
Although I'm grateful you're acting as a guarantor of my background, I don't need a guardian at my age. So, kindly get lost.
冷たいのね。子供の頃はもっと素直で可愛かったのに。
I had a series of bad influences.
If you think you can shut me up by bringing up my childhood, you've got another thing coming. I'll repeat the question. What did you come here for? If it's about work, I thought I had a break for a moment.
いやーね私はただあなたが普通の学校で普通にやっていけてるのか様子を見に来ただけよ。
You're not using quotation marks. We're supposed to use quotation marks when we're referring to the school.
There's no problem at the present. If you forced me to come up with one, you being here would top the list. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to make him an excuse when I go back to the classroom, so don't increase my workload.
破綻のない過去は用意してあげたでしょ。私のことは母方の親戚だって押し通しなさいな。
I prefer to avoid lying outright where possible. Lies are like colors. The more you pile up, the blacker things get.
Actually, I feel like they mostly turn brown first.
嘘の場合は赤くなるでしょ。
Got enough of that place, and things turn just as black.
そうならないようにうまく立ち回ることね。事故死はしたくないでしょ。
I don't need you to tell me that. I'm handling this myself, which is precisely why I don't need you giving me surprises like this.
わかったわよ。今日のところはこれで帰るわ。
Are you serious? You really did just come to see me?
そう言ったでしょ。仕事の話なら事前に携帯に連絡してから来るわよ。
Oh, right, the cell phone.
ちょっとまさか持ち歩いてないの？ちゃんと仕事用とプライベート用に2つ用意してあげたでしょ。
No, I'm carrying it. It's just dead.
Sorry. I'll make sure to keep it on from now on.
こちらからの呼び出しに対して15分以上返答がなかった場合、逃亡とみなして何人か送りつけるわよ。わかってる？
All right then.
I'm aware.
それと県外に出るときは事前に申請書を提出すること。
I'm aware of that as well.
思い出した。あなたこの町に来るとき歩いて県境を越えたでしょ。ちゃんと電車のチケット用意してあげたのに何やってんのよ。
I told you, I hate trains.
I hate trains, as you know.
だからって200キロも歩くバカがどこにいるのよ。
Goku.
Someone who really hates trains.
Yeah.
The kind that's standing in front of you. Also, the walk was closer to like 175.
Total difference.
そのせいで警察の世話になったくせに偉そうに言わないの。上から嫌味を言われるのは私なのよ。ちょっとめんどくせえなこの女みたいな目で私をじっと見るのやめなさい。
If we say it with our mouths, are you going to hit us?
You some kind of psychic? How did you read my thoughts?
泣くわよ。
No. Look, I do feel bad about that. I'll apologize nice and slowly over dinner next time. Okay? So please leave.
飯でも食わせておけば私が黙ると思ったら大間違いよ。もう一度言うけど事故死したくなければおかしな真似はしないこと。わかった？
So, what's a little stupid? Like, what's the threshold of too stupid?
Yeah, I kind of need to know the threshold.
Uh-huh.
Understood. Orders received. Major Harudera. Hey, stop saying can I hit this guy just once with your eyes.
あなたエスパーなの？
Please don't spread it around. It's a pain in my ass to have to bend a spoon every time I introduce myself.
あのね。
I do understand. Don't mind my jokes.
まったく。なんでこんな可愛げのない子に育ったのかしら。
I get that a lot. Hurry up and get going. You don't have time to play around here either.
言われなくても帰るわよ。それとしつこいようだけど。
You're right. My bad, JB.
わかればいいわよ。じゃ、また連絡するわ。
Yeah.
I watch as JB turns away and climbs into her car, her blonde hair swinging behind her in waves. As she drives off, I retrieve the cell phone from my school bag. Although I had pretended otherwise, I've been carrying around my work phone around just as ordered. It's a black, low-profile slide phone I received from JB specifically for company business. I slide up the screen, quickly input the unlock pin, and call up the menu screen. Although it looks like a perfectly normal cell phone, any calls made from this machine pass through a special encrypted line. There's only one entry in the contacts. That single number is listed under JB. Julia Bardera, naturalized name, Harudera Yuria, my direct supervisor at my part-time job.
If you're gonna come, at least give me advance warning.
Yeah, really. I click my tongue in irritation, slide the phone shut, and stuff it into the pocket of my uniform so I can respond instantly to any future contact. Harudera Yuria, alias JB, as the woman said herself, she's something of a pain in the ass. She'll go nearly half a year without a single cell call, and then suddenly it's a brusque stand by in the designated point, where, of course, she has some incredibly troublesome job waiting to push on me. No, it's almost better when there's actually a job. Sometimes she just leaves me at the rendezvous point for more than an hour without any contact. And then, when I finally get the call that I've been sitting around waiting for, it's a curt, "Situation's resolved," and I go right back home again. Well, I do get a travel fee deposited into my account just for heading to the standby point, so I suppose it's not a complete fool's errand in that sense, but sometimes I can't help but feel like my time on this earth isn't being spent efficiently. It's something of a behind-the-scenes, part-time job, and the work would be troublesome to explain to others if they asked. Of course, it's also not the kind of job I can just casually quit when I want to. More importantly, this is a position that I inherited from my master. I wouldn't walk away even if I could.
Well then. How should I explain this to Amine and company?
I don't think I'll be able to pass her off as a cookie peddler after all. Okay. I passed through Mihama Academy's school gate, dragging myself along on heavy feet. Were you watching the whole time? As expected, the instant I show my face in the classroom, Amine jumps all over me. Literally?
Metaphorically?
Most of my classmates are gathered on the far side of the room, apparently having watched me from the window, and as I enter, they're all looking at me with questions in their eyes.
ねえ、誰なの？さっきのパツキン。
Blondie?
Naturally, Amine is the one who steps forward to interrogate me, as if declaring herself the representative of the class. That said, the rest of the group doesn't seem to be disinterested either. Makina's staring at me with a dazed expression, and Sachi's clutching her hands together in front of her chest, waiting for my words with bated breath. As for Michiru, for some reason she's glaring at me like I kicked her puppy. Alright. Sakaki, on the other hand, is sitting primely in her seat reading a book, as if to announce that she's above such things, but judging from the way she hasn't turned the page once since I came in, we've probably got her attention as well.
I already told you, didn't I? She's my superior for my part-time job.
上司。上司か。上司ね。ユージくん、バイトなんか
Do
し
you
てるん
make
だ。
it easier if he had just lied the family route?
Yeah, it would have been much simpler. He just made things unnecessarily difficult for himself. But I guess down the line he doesn't have to keep the story straight.
true. Yeah, I lost both my parents when I was a kid, so I have to earn my own living expenses.
どんなバイトなの？
None of your business.
It's a little difficult to summarize, but well, I get rid of garbage or crawl into various places and take care of cleaning. It's what you'd call dirty work.
I half expected you to read that like Dr. Evil. Take care of garbage, or the cleaning, dirty work.
I realize that none of my impressions were also coming across because I have push to talk on, and every time
Oh, yeah.
I would just leave it to do the quotes.
It's just like, oh no, I can't push to talk and do air quotes. You have to hold down push to talk with one hand and air quote with the other.
Doesn't work as well.
No, it doesn't have the same emphasis.
That's right, but she's on the management side, so she doesn't get her hands dirty.
へえ、あの人名前は？
None of your concern.
Oh. JB.
Or maybe it is.
JB?
Her real name is Harudera Yuria. JB is a pet name.
あの見た目で日本人なの？
She's a naturalized citizen. I think she's originally German. Don't really.
Wasn't important enough for me to retain. I pull out the chair from my seat and drop my bag on top of the desk with a deliberately loud thump.
The questioning over now. If you've satisfied your curiosity, then go sit down. Class is about to start.
Just as I speak, the first bell rings, and Makina and Sachi scurry back to their seats. But the large woman who's been interrogating me, her expression still smoldering with irritation, pulls out the chair from the seat in front of mine and sits down heavily.
ねえ、ユージくん。私、まだ肝心なことを聞いてないわ。
There's nothing going on between us, she's just a guardian.
I haven't. Oh, yep. It's the exact same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. What? Spit it out then.
あの人との関係、恋人じゃないんだよね。
Bingo.
That's your big question? What a joke.
くだらなくないわよ。私には大切なことなのよ。
Alright.
Don't stick your nose in my face.
ドキドキしちゃう？
You've got a mustache starting there.
嘘！
I'm just screwing with you.
グーで殴るよ。
Sounds fun. Give it a try.
かな？
Yes. Amine's punch is slow and lacking in serious intent. I dodge it easily with a slight swaying movement of my upper body.
Think this over calmly. Do I look like a man who could be in a relationship?
Especially this early in the game.
あんたみたいな男だから謎なんじゃない。年上で金髪の外人が恋人でも、あんたなら妙に納得できるというか。
You know, she kind of has a weird point.
Actually, a little bit.
Yeah. Amine stares into my eyes as if searching for the truth.
そもそも、うちの学園長とも知り合いなんでしょ？
Well, yeah.
怪しい。
No, that was last episode.
What it?
この学園に来る前は何をしていたの？
Cleaning.
Well,
So the questions finally come up. On paper, I was studying abroad in Canada, or some similar lie they came up with for my forged personal history, but if they start pushing into that story, this will just drag on. Answering somewhat honestly now should make for less trouble down the line, anyway.
before I came here, I guess I was a freeloader of sorts.
So many quotation marks.
紐？
Hey, if you want to make it fancier, maybe a gigolo. I was being supported by an unrelated older woman.
それがあの金髪の人？
No. She's a friend of the other woman. I started mooching off her after the first one died.
This is better? I don't know that this is better.
It's definitely not.
あんた最低ね。
In exchange, she worked me brutally hard on the job. She doesn't have anything to complain about.
Amane shuts her eyes, slaps her hand on her forehead, and heaves a heavy sigh.
とにかく恋人はいないってことで間違いないのね。
Boy, you are...
All he's making it sound like, it's just like, wait, are you an assassin? Wait, is your job slaying puss?
I mean, that would mean he doesn't have a girlfriend. He's just committed to other activities.
Right.
I'll admit I don't quite understand why that's the main point here, but I guess this stuff is on the mind of girls at this age. If you try to force your perspective onto everything, you'll lose sight of the bigger picture. Although she doesn't look entirely satisfied by my obedient response, Amane mutters a brief, well, alright, rises from the chair, and heads off to her own seat. I watch until she finally sits down, then quickly turn to look behind me.
何よ。
Immediately behind me, I find a bright red Michiru staring back at me.
Were you listening?
なば
I'm sorry, could you run that by me again?
Bok bok?
Chicken noises.
別にあんたのことなんか興味ないんだからね。
Good job. You're really getting that down as a
You
natural
know what?
response.
Actually, it's pretty good.
聞いてたんじゃなくて聞こえちゃっただけよ。勝手に変な話聞かせないでよね。迷惑なんだから。
Are you worried about a rumor spreading? There's only 6 people here.
Are there? Yeah, 6. Yeah,
Yep.
alright.
I mean, I'm including her in that math.
Yeah, I have to count.
Crossing her arms tightly in front of her chest, her face bright red, Michiru babbles frantically. In response, I thrust out my right hand in an energetic thumbs up.
I would do the same thing.
Culpati.
Be like, it's going great. Nice to hear me true.
バカにして。
Oh, but it's what you wanted. If you don't want to talk about something, you should make it awkward to ask. On that theory, I tried spicing things up a little more than the reality, but who knows how much of it they'll believe. It seems to work pretty well. Of course, it's true that my parents died when I was still a kid, that I was picked up by an older woman, my master, and that I lived off the money she earned. After my master's death, I did get work from her friend JB in order to earn my keep. On top of that, it's thanks to her vouching for me that I'm able to attend a normal school like this in the first place. Huh. Now that I think about it, I didn't change the facts all that much. But then, the more you focus on constructing believable lies, the less they tend to work. When you stick more or less to the truth, you'll end up convincing people no matter how absurd the story sounds. A promising start. Would be a bit of an overstatement, but I think I can work with this. It's not a lie, it's an exaggeration. As soon as the lecturer leaves the classroom, Michiru slumps forward onto her desk.
We've only gotten through 2 periods. Are you out of stamina already?
そんなの分かってるけど、座学の授業が続くとどうしてもこうなるのよ。
She's built for speed, not endurance.
それからさっち、シャーペンの芯がなくなっちゃったんだけど、返し持ってる？はい、どうぞ。
She just pops it out like a Pez dispenser.
ありがとう。そうそう。料理の時いつもここだけ使い道がなくて困るのよね。
You do know that's just graphite, right?
ってこれ、キャベツの芯じゃないの。
Oh my god. She really does just take everything literally. Why was she carrying lead?
何？これって日頃からシャーペンの芯とか消しゴムをサチから借りてる私へのいじめ？もしかして私、実はサチに嫌われてる？
If she did, you would never know.
That's quite the imaginative leap there.
I disagree. She just tried to give her lead poisoning.
ほら 早く誤解を解いてあげないとチルチルが溶けてなくなっちゃうのよ。
Her tears make it look like she's got two ghosts coming out of her eyes. It's like the souls of her eyes are
Exactly.
leaving.
すみません。みちる様が欲しかったのはこちらですよね。
Sachi hands Michiru a new lead for her mechanical pencil.
もう頼むわよサチ。さすがの私もちょっとびっくりしちゃったじゃない。
Are we just going to ignore the fact that she was walking around with actual lead?
Like, I imagine just a giant ass block of lead.
Alright.
飲みの心臓だものね。
What?
失礼ね。いくらなんでもそこまで小さくないわよ。ハエと同じぐらいの肝っ玉は持ってるわよ。どうせ見栄を張るならもっとマシな生き物にしなさいよ。なんなら試してみる？いえ、本当に結構です。ごめんなさい。
Why hasn't her box cutter been taken away?
No, but really. Like, hold up, why is that allowed?
I have no idea.
Way to prove her right.
ねえねえサチ、わしには負け組葉っぱちょうだい。
What now?
ルーズリーフのことだよね。はい、どうぞマキちゃん。はい、グラッチェグラッチェ。こらこらマキナ、教室で発情するの禁止。
Excuse me?
邪魔が入ったようなのよさ。じゃあ続きはベッドの上で。
You know, the more she talks, the more she kind of reminds me of a more subdued version of, the little sister from I She Tell.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember her name, but just something about the personality, because it feels like a lot of what she says are quotes she's heard from other places. I'm willing to bet she saw some spy movie yesterday. Yep, that reinforces my theory.
But anyway, you really got the work, Sachi.
何でもというのはどんなものでしょうか。
Mechanical works on your innards.
What?
やっぱりここって突っ込んだ方がいいの？どうだろうね。
You're a unique one.
ありがとうございます。
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
しかもなんか褒められてるし。
That's the second time I've done that, and that's been addressed immediately after.
ねえ。
Let's see. Do we have a chisel on hand as well?
はい。
As soon as I requested, a chisel set emerges from the depths of her desk.
How about a heavy-duty stapler that can handle dozens of sheets of paper at once?
Standing from her desk, Sachi walks off to face a large locker in the back of the classroom. Oh, that's cheating.
What's with that locker? It's like twice the size of the others.
詰め込むものがたくさんあるさっちゃん専用ってやつ？
Oh.
それはこれのことでしょうか？
Within a few minutes, she finds the requested item and brings it to me.
Normally, I'd expect to go to I have to go to a stationery store to get something like this.
Alright, I know how to stump her. What about a Xerox machine?
ちょっとユージ、あんた今頃何言ってるのよ。
Huh?
十徳ナイフより幸を持てっていうのがこのクラスでの常識よ。
Are you saying that her karate chops cut sharper than a folding blade?
What?
そうじゃなくて、さっちゃんはそれだけ何でも用意できるってこと。
I see.
Well, considering her apparent skills and devotion, I suppose she's well prepared to deal with most requests.
まあ、その格言が生まれたのにも理由があるわけだけど。
Do we get to hear it now?
あれはあまりの暑さで教室のクーラーも故障したうだるような夏の日だったわ。
It's everything I wanted.
うー 今日は本格的に寒いわね。これじゃあセミの寿命も2割引きよ。ねえねえチルチル、じゃあ今日のお昼は鍋にしようよ。鍋。こういう時こそ体も心もグツグツ煮えたぎるのよさ。おお、マキナもたまにはいいこと言うじゃない。
What?
Okay, yeah.
I'm
You know, I
confused.
just rolled with the punches.
Yeah, I was just like, either her story is wildly inconsistent, but maybe that's the joke.
何あれ。さあ、暑さのせいで湧いちゃったんでしょ。
Oh, I get it. It's supposed to be the brain over, or the mind over matter thing, where if they say it's cold, they won't notice how hot it is. Took me a minute.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a weird inconsistency. I should have just did what you did and rolled with the punches.
湧いちゃったって。でしょでしょ。学園で鍋ってところが飛び抜けてるでしょ。うんうん、見直した。というわけでサチ、鍋セットの用意は任せたわよ。はい、わかりました。なんて、さすがに鍋は無理よね。
Well...
ってあれ、さっちゃんどこ行ったんだろう。鍋をやるために必要なものを集めに行ったんでしょ。まさか。だって私もマキナも冗談で言ってただけなのよ。
Nope, she's going for it.
いきなりやるって言ってもきっとできっこないし。
And there she is
私
with
の
the
耳
full
には
set.
わかりましたってうなずいたように聞こえたけど。そう言われてみれば。うなずいてたかも。
Why didn't you just have her fix the AC, since apparently that might be part of her skill set?
Yep.
最初は全員が半信半疑だった。でも授業に顔を出さず、4時間目の授業終了と同時に戻ってきたサチは。
What?
お待たせしました。可愛く鼻水を垂らしながら土鍋セットと食材を抱えていたのよ。でもあの時食べたお鍋はすっごく美味しかったのよさ。そう？マキナがお菓子入れたりするから最後はゲテモノ鍋になってた気がするけど。ってこらー、私が熱を入れて語ってるんだからスルーしないでよ。
Incidentally, if I said I wanted nabe right now, would you be able to prepare things like you did before?
はい、できますけど。
Oh boy. With a small nod, Sachi moves her gaze to the locker behind us.
I see. Seems like you really might be more versatile than a Swiss Army knife.
だからあんたもうかつなこと言うのをやめなさいよ。サチには冗談が通じないんだ
No,
から。
I did figure that part out.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah, alright, Sachi.
Oh my
Let's
God.
change things up this time. Get together the ingredients for flowing somen noodles.
はい、わかりました。
Huh. An instantaneous response, even here.
ってあんた、人が注意してあげてるそばから何やってるのよ。
I was craving noodles.
ほら、もうサチが出て行っちゃったじゃない。食材だから今度はスーパーかしら。もしくは寮のキッチンね。
Not a problem. I really do want to try this.
This is scientific curiosity.
じゃあなんで流しそうめん？
Well, you said it yourself earlier, didn't you? It's hot today, so I thought a cool meal would be best.
何よ。私のことを気にかけてくれたからって別にお礼なんて言わないんだからね。
Good job. Have a cookie.
はあ、
Dots. More dots.
Less dots. Okay, this looks about right.
With a careful check of the bamboo flume that makes up the small canal, I've confirmed that the water is flowing smoothly. Having explained the gist of things to the others, I spent the last 2 periods obtaining the necessary materials and putting together a simple angled bamboo gutter on the roof.
お腹減った。
A few minutes after lunch break begins, my classmates, excluding Sachi, emerge.
何これ？流しそうめんの流しでしょ？
Not that I care or anything like that.
そうじゃなくて、なんでそんなものが学園の屋上にあるのかってことよ。
It would have been distracting if we set it up in the classroom.
もしかしてユージくんが作ったの？
Well, yeah, there's a bamboo grove within walking distance in the direction of the mountain, so the materials weren't hard to come by.
You know, that answered the question that I did not get around to asking.
まさか授業をサボって山で竹取りとはね。
This would be the first time I've skipped class, come to think of it.
まさかあんた今まで一度も授業をサボったことなかったの？
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
This is the first time I've been to class.
今時珍しいじゃない。
Yeah, I can't say anything. I skipped quite a few classes.
You know, believe it or not, I did too.
Yeah, I believe it.
Also, I used Moso bamboo for this thing, but when you're looking to make more intricate goods like a hamper or strainer, the more flexible Madake bamboo is better suited to the job. If you can tell the difference between the two, it'll come in handy when you're trying to live off the mountains. Keep it in mind.
That's good advice to know, as I'm sure everybody here will eventually need to live off of the mountain.
いや、普通女子学生が山ごもりとかする必要ないし。
You'd be surprised.
そうね。お待たせしました。
Sachi joins us, carrying a large tote bag on her shoulder.
サッチ、ナイスタイミングだね。
Looks like here you were able to find what we need.
はい、一通りの食材は用意できました。
Then let's start preparing for the meal.
ここが余っているようだから、私はここにするわ。とか言って、本当は楽しみにしてるから一番上流なんでしょ？
And we're back.
Is any of that staying in?
We'll find out. It can if you want it to.
I don't know. I was just saying stuff.
I'll put it in at the end as an Easter egg if people want to see the process.
は、流しましょうか。それはやめておこう。ほら、カッターの葉食べたら喉切れちゃうかもしれないし。
A little.
か、マキボウ。私らは上流の二人が逃した面を根こそぎゲットするんえ。了解ですぜ、姉御。
After I distribute a pair of chopsticks and a bowl of soup for the noodles to everyone, they take up their desired positions around the bamboo gutter. It seems like flowing somen is a rare experience for everyone, not just me.
それでは、サチ先生、第一投お願いします。
Don't say that. She's gonna throw a ball of noodles at you.
はい。
In response to Michiru's yell, Sachi releases a few strands of somen noodles into the waterway.
それ、キャッチ。うまい。ほらほら、そんな顔しないで。まあ、ユミコも次頑張りなさいよ。
You want to be hurt, don't you?
次は絶対。ねえ、あまねえ。もしかしてここ、すっごく不利な位置なんじゃない？大丈夫よ。たくさん流し始めたら必ずこぼれが出てくるんだから。
I just imagine the two of them going at it, pulling all of the noodles out in rapid competition. The other two get none.
オープス。というわけでサチ、次お願いね。では。やった。 ふふーん、私だって。
You're not wrong.
Yep. Amane and Machina stir their empty soup bowls with hollow eyes. Because of the intense battle upstream, none of the noodles have reached their lower positions.
Alright, then we'll just do this.
I set up another gutter that I prepared as a spare at a position below Michiru.
Sachi, let's get some in this one as well.
わかりました。これがジャパニーズ直通電車で社長さん。
Nope, I'm taking away the gutter. I hate trains.
ありがとう、ユージくん。
He just takes it and leaves.
Goodbye.
No need to thank me. A long time ago, I had it beaten into me not to waste the things I make.
へえ。
You sound like you're making wild bait in Linus's tent. I glanced to my side where Sachi is silently floating somen noodles down the waterway.
At this rate, you're not going to get any, Sachi.
That's okay, my batteries charge off of solar power. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
Alright, I'll secure your share.
Scooping noodles directly from the original container, I deposit them in Sachi's bowl.
ありがとうございます。
I really thought he was just going to pop them in her mouth.
I really thought he was going to get them in his mouth and then baby bird it.
そういう手段があるなら、私もユージくんから直接食べさせてもらおうかしら。
Amane would like that.
Yep.
A pair of observant hunters are on me in seconds.
Oh, that if everyone starts saying noodles directly, it's not flowing somen.
It's direct somen.
ここが私の部屋だったら、ユージくんだ
Oh
け
my
に
god.
女体流しそうめんやってあげてもよかったんだけど。
Settle down now.
Sexy somen. It's a nice ring to it.
Everybody loves alliteration. Alright, I hate to do this, but we're having some really bizarre technical issues. The game keeps crashing. I think it's got something to do with Steam, because it's like the overlay keeps trying to pop up in the middle of the game, and it's making other programs do really weird crap too. It's a mess. We'll troubleshoot it in between episodes and see if we can get it worked out. We did as much as we could for this episode, so sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, still enjoying the game. Obviously, the game's, fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy the characters. I like to have them all hang out like this. I like this kind of stuff.
I know, I'm enjoying this too. I hope we get more of these kind of scenes as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry again about the tech issues, but we hope you enjoyed the episode, and we hope to see you again in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off. Oh no, it didn't even consider the fact that we'd been playing this part, so it's not skipping ahead like it was.
Oh no. Press.
そんなの分かってるけど。
Oh my gosh.
座学の、それからさっち。
What? My mechanical pencil is empty. What? You gave me some lead poisoning, funny jokes and stuff. Ghosts from the eyes.
なん
She pulls out a knife. Why does she have that knife?
ほら。
Grazie. She got that from a movie.
I should just leave all of this in.
ね
She's a unique one. Is that really a compliment? It turned into one.
ちょっと。まあ、はい。ね。
Something flashback. Oh man. What? It's cold or it's hot, but they're talking about the opposite?
鍋。
She disappeared to go get the nabe,
うなさでも。
and then she came back with it. Wow, isn't that amazing?
はい。
Hey, would you want to go get some flowing something noodles? Oh look, she's gone. Flowing somen, that's what it is. Less dot. Something roof, bamboo and stuff.
まさ。
And anyway, there's two kinds of bamboo. There's this bamboo and the other bamboo, but the girls don't usually have to worry about that. Oh, she's back. Awesome.